Does Blackout need to be free to play? Let's take a look. Hey, hello gamers. In this video I'm making a little bit of a response to a video made by Dyingfood, which is funny seeing as his video was kind of a response to the community's response to the fact that Blackout is behind a $60 paywall. Which is funny seeing as Blackout even is a response to Battle Royale games like Fortnite, which were a response to PUBG, which was a response to H1, which was a... Anyways, we're getting carried away with responses here. Before we get too deep, I'd like to direct myself to Dyingfood, and to everyone watching, I might be doing this more often in this video and I apologize. I don't know, I feel like I'm having an online video conversation with him in a Skype call with some heavy delay. But Dyingfood, apologies since I don't know your actual name, but I need to say this, I love your work. I don't always agree with you, I don't right now, but it's clear that you're passionate, your videos are well put together, and I think you can go far as a gaming creator, providing that you stay consistent and stay the way you are. Congratulations to you and your partner on getting married, by the way. I hope you had a lovely day. It's a bit weird to be making Blackout videos on what could be your honeymoon, but hey, I don't know what you get off on. But man, I hope you don't take this video as me bashing your views or eating your pizza or whatever offends you, because in no way is that my goal. And in fact, I like that we disagree. It makes for a good debate, but without further ado, let's head into the video, Dyingfood. Right at the start of the video, you're talking about truth and end up showing some statistics, but the way you're looking at it is as if COD were an isolated event, unrelated to other gaming releases, trends, or diseases. Yes, it's true that Call of Duty won't live or die based on Blackout, and even that they're still highly profitable and have a lot of players, but that's just it. It still has that. And Blackout is a unique mode that they can capitalize on. And a lot of people are going to pass it by for the multiplayer, and a lot of people are going to pass it by entirely to play Fortnite or even PUBG. Making it free to play would increase its odds and make it a more played mode, but it's not even just that. Games nowadays are becoming more of a service. Games like COD pop off every year and are very aggressive to the contents of your wallets. I mean, $60 for the game and double that if you want to get the season pass as well. And then you're not even mentioning the staggering amount of micro DLC in the game that sure isn't needed to have fun, but is desired, especially as the game gets stale, and the game will get stale because they're usually designed for around a year. I think they're doing a great job with Black Ops 4, as I see this as one of the few CODs that I might enjoy for longer, but I'm not exactly sure if everyone agrees there. I'm not exactly seeing a massive increase in content compared to other Call of Duty, so I'm not really sure how they're going to keep this sustainable for longer and longer and longer. I think the only way to actually do that is to get more players involved and get a lot of community events and things like that, not to mention micro DLC later on, which would only boast more for the free-to-play market, I'm just saying, but whatever. You say that the claims of Call of Duty is failing us based on nothing but emotion, and that's just not true. Call of Duty's player count has been in a decline, not a steady decline, but at least a decline. Now, does that mean that it's dying? No. But it also doesn't spell out massive success either. Now, I wasn't able to pull up the numbers for Black Ops 4 since they aren't yet readily available, but let's take a simple look here and note that the most popular games are Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1 and 2, followed by Ghosts. But realistically speaking, that game was set up for sales success, seeing as it was the only COD on Next Gen for about a full year. It is staggering to see, however, that only one single game has been able to get into their 5 most sold titles ever, especially considering that every title that pops off right now should be easily getting into the top 10 most sold CODs. Let's simply take a look at a statistic from the same website regarding Fortnite. Yeah, I know, nobody likes it when COD gets compared to Fortnite, or any game gets compared to Fortnite, but still, I'm doing it. Fortnite has an estimated player count of about 125 million players. That number can only be beat if you combine sales figures from all of COD's 5 most sold titles. And keep in mind, those aren't even player count, that's sales. Fortnite had that many players on. And I know what you're probably going to say, Fortnite is free to play, and that's obvious. But that's not even an excuse, seeing as the most popular CODs often came out in an era where free to play was still in its infancy. And even then, it only speaks to the fact that Blackout, which is a direct competitor of Fortnite, should go all out for this. And should go free to play, because it's plain to see that Battle Royale houses an insane amount of players, more so than any COD has ever been able to dream of. This isn't about emotions, it's about numbers, it's a company, and mark my words. Either Call of Duty will release Blackout as a free-to-play title later down the line, or its player count will be a joke compared to other Battle Royale titles. Even the people that I know that get hard just for hearing the word COD are skipping over this mode, so I think it's safe to say that a lot of players are going to have to come from unconventional sources. Not to mention you're skipping over the argument that Black Ops 4 would have micro DLC as if there will be none just because none have been confirmed. But in that regards, they also didn't confirm that you can run and shoot in COD, so clearly it's a driving simulator now. But okay, micro DLCs haven't been confirmed, I'll accept that, but just because it hasn't been confirmed yet doesn't make it null and void. Seeing as the last few years of this franchise have had an aggressive amount of micro DLCs, and if there wouldn't be any micro DLCs, then why would there still be COD points? They are the exact currency used for microtransactions, and they are in. As for your prediction of sales, that was well done, I have no qualms here, but of course it is a prediction and the market will decide. It shouldn't be forgotten, of course, how competitive this year's launch window is with all of the other games coming out. I also like that you told people not to assume, because la-di-da do wordplay, but later down the video you assume multiple times, even straight up guessing such as for the amount of Blackout passes sold. However, your point here stands. Activision doesn't have to make it free to play. However, with COD on its lowest point in terms of player count that it has been for years, it would be smart for them to bring in fresh players. And that's not done by charging $60 for content, or at least hiding it behind a $60 paywall, in a market where free to play is becoming a genuine strategy, especially in the Battle Royale market. You also mentioned that Treyarch has been doing a great job in maintaining player counts, and that's a fact, but even for a company that is doing great, more players means more money. Call of Duty has every reason to get more players to get more money, and even as you said, Blackout is a massive mode that needs a lot of players, and without the players, it would lose its playability and therefore its durability. And considering as Treyarch is really banking on durability with this game, that might be an important fact to add. And yes, you even said that they will be supporting this game for years and years, but don't you think that that only means that eventually it will be free to play? After all, eventually the player count isn't going to rise anymore, and they really need to get new players in at that point. Talking about rising, you also say that the player count will rise over the first few months after release, and typically speaking, that's not true. Yeah, people buy into the game a bit later, we all know of the concept of Christmas noobs, but a lot of people also buy the game, play it, hate it, and put it down. I think you're generally talking about sales figures, because more often than not, the player count will drop slightly due to the death of hype and some people's disappointment. And let's be fair, this game changed a lot from past titles, so a lot of people will be disappointed, that's just a fact. But I also think this COD is a great answer to an ever-growing competitive market with great FPS alternatives. I think you're a great person, and your video was well put together from your point of view. I made mine from mine, and I'm not an emotional guy who desperately wants COD to do well. In fact, I would say I'm more that way about Battlefield, but I just didn't agree with some of the things that you said, and I kind of wanted to say why. And can I just say that for a YouTuber with 500 subs, to evoke that reaction from someone only means you made a good video. And we both know that the odds of Blackout going to free to play are slim, but let's also acknowledge that for it to be a genuinely successful title, something people will remember, and doesn't just die off like World War II's war mode, it really should be. But anyways, Dyingfood, if you actually enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. You can give me a cheeky comment. And to anyone else watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to go watch Dyingfood's video, I will leave it in the description down below. And if you enjoyed me responding to his video and want to see more kind of response videos from me, then leave that in the comments down below. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and any video that I create, please hit that like button and let me know what you liked about it. And if you want to see more about it, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I like bells. Ding! This has been VK, and I will see you next video.